Alrighty, what is up, people of the world? It's me again, Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumped In. Welcome to the very first movie review that I'm doing, and one of the only movie reviews that I'll ever be doing, honestly. Because this is just one of the only movies that's worth doing a review for. One of the only ones I feel comfortable doing a review for. And that's an Avengers Infinity War. Let I'm not sure where to begin, but let's just cut right to the chase. Now, I'm going to try to not keep this video over 15 minutes tops, because let's face it, that doesn't need to happen. And I'm sorry about the lighting right here, but this is really the only place I can record comfortably right now. If I had another lamp on this side, then that would fix all my problems. As a matter of fact, I might do that one day. So from now on, if I film in this spot during the nighttime when I have to cut this light on in the living room, then I can have equal lighting. So you can actually see you can actually see these videos more clearly, and it'll be better in the long run. Now, I'm going to do exactly what Boogie298 did. He gave I'm not trying to steal his format, but I'm going to do the first. First, I'm going to talk about in a sort of a first half not spoiler free kind of sort of, and then afterwards I'm gonna talk about spoilers. But when I do talk about spoilers, I'm gonna Boogie gave me this idea as well, and when I do talk about spoilers, I like him am still going to be very vague about that, because and that was actually a very good idea. The few people I've seen review this movie, him and Andre Meadows, even they were in both their videos, they were kind of vague about talking about their thoughts on the big spoilers. And so yeah, I'm going to do my best to do that, and it's mostly going to be how I felt after the whole scenario. So let's get started. Now, I got my Marvel shirt on, so yeah. Now, in terms of even with the non-spoiler stuff, I'm still not sure where to begin, because there's just a bajillion things to talk about, and I guess I'll just talk about the first thing that comes to mind. Well, this I'm just going to say right off the bat, this is definitely the best Marvel film, and definitely the best superhero film, and I'm glad it reached a milestone of becoming the highest grossing opening. How do I say it? The highest. I'm glad this movie had the highest grossing movie opening of all time. So yeah, that makes me think what it could. I think it already has made more than Star Wars and Avatar. And with that being said, I think I've said that way too many times, but this is definitely one of my favorite movies. I already knew that was going to be the case. It was already one of my favorite movies before I even watched the damn thing. And I knew that was going to happen. So even after, I was like, yes, that definitely came true. Like I said, definitely, in my opinion, the best Marvel movie that there is, and the best superhero movie in general. And I might love this movie more than Avatar, because Avatar was my favorite movie of all time, which I actually saw in theaters when it first came out. And I gotta say, this journey with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's what an incredible 10 years it's been. And this started. This started when I was still in middle school. I was in like 6th or 7th grade still when the very first Iron Man movie came out. And ever since then, it's just been such a gradual. It's just been one awesome ride. Because I've practically been growing up with these movies and have watched these movies since I was an older kid, since I was a preteen, and to have watched them after all these years, leading up to this very moment, and blending all of the MCU films together. Yeah, that is just a pretty That's just a pretty magical feeling. This definitely is one of the most ambitious crossovers of all time, and I love how it's able to blend the styles of all of the different Marvel movie franchises, Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor, the Avengers films that take place on Earth, and I love I love how this movie was able to blend all the different tones, aesthetics, and settings of all the different movies. Thor to Asgard, Guardians of the Galaxy set in space, Doctor Strange in the mystical dimensions, and the Avengers on planet Earth. I love how it's able to blend. I love how the movie was able to blend all of that together so freaking well. And related to that too, this has such. This movie has probably the largest main cast I've ever seen. There's probably like 50 main characters in this movie. There's probably like 30 to 50 main characters in this damn film, and yet nobody feels underused. It all feels very natural. And it's not overwhelming with the fact that there's too many characters. It's not overwhelming with the fact that there's too many starring characters, I should say. What is overwhelming is the sheer awesomeness of that, which I'll get to in a sec. But like I said, the fact that this movie was able to have such a gargantuan cast and have them not somehow have nobody be underused and let everybody have their time to shine. It's that I don't see any other piece of media that could have done that better. I wasn't sure how well that was going to be done, to be honest, but that sheer that the fact that this movie was able to do that alone and do it so freaking well and almost perfectly, to be honest with you, is it's a great feat for this movie. And that, like I said, that alone is one of the best things about this film, that it does all that has such what is probably the largest main cast I've seen in any piece of media, movie or not, and do it almost perfectly. Now, what is overwhelming is the sheer awesomeness of seeing all of these characters together. And I was really giddy, and I was kind of like a little kid in the theater. I couldn't scream off the top of my lungs. I had to have sort of contain yelps and whisper scream, and then sometimes I'll point to TV. And then sometimes I would just jump and shake in my seat, seeing all the different pairings together, and having all the characters' personalities, and seeing all of them together in this movie. That was just really awesome. What should I talk about next? Should I get into the spoilers or not? I don't know. There's actually only very few characters that aren't in the movie. There's only like three characters, three good guys, I should say, that have been past films but aren't in this one. Some of them are mentioned by name. Some of the ones that are missing in action are mentioned by name, but otherwise they're just not in the film at all. Maybe they'll be in Avengers 4. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I lost my train of thought. now, I gotta say, some other like um, key points about the movie. The action, the action is freaking phenomenal, and the settings in this are gorgeous. There are a lot of new places that are seen in this movie, and it's just a delight to the eyes. It like Black Panther, it's such a visual treat, and the visuals are just breathtaking. Yeah, can't even talk. The visuals are just so breathtaking to look at. Like in past films such as Black Panther and the Guardians movies, and like I said, the action, and the fight scenes are great. Some of them are kind of contained, and then there are others aren't such a grand scale, like the fight on Wakanda, and I gotta say the CGI is almost perfect. A lot of times it doesn't look or feel like it's CGI, like Thanos, for instance. That son of a bitch, Thanos, but he looks like he doesn't, at times he doesn't look like a CG model. A lot of stuff that is in here doesn't look like it. A lot of the other CGI characters like Groot and Rocket, they don't really look or feel like they're CG all the time. Whereas Thanos, most of the time he feels like there's an actor on screen. The CGI is just that good. Not just with this movie, but with these more recent Marvel movies in general. And yeah. Now I'm gonna get into the more spoiler things, but I'm still going, like Boogie gave me this idea too. I'm going to be very vague about the spoilers because I don't want to be one of those assholes who gives trolls the incentive or nor the knowledge to spoil people. If yeah. What should I say? The themes for this movie are let's say, there's times where there's humor, and then there's seriousness. The humor that's there is really good, but there's not quite that much of it. It's a lot of times it's there to provide literal comic relief because that's what is needed throughout most of the damn film. Because a lot of what happens in the not just a lot of what happens in the movie, the conversations, the stakes, and just the everything that happens in this damn movie, it's just really intense. Excuse me. I thought I heard a noise. But yeah, what happens in this movie is just so. This is one of the most gripping movies I've ever seen, and the things that happen are just really just heart pounding. And one of the first things I said about watching this to other people who have seen it is that I have felt literally every emotion that there is to feel watching this movie. Every single emotion, you name it, I have felt it watching this movie, and I guarantee everyone else who's seen it has felt every emotion that there is to feel as well. Because that is what will happen when you see this movie for the first time. And it probably will happen. It will probably happen every subsequential time that you see it. Each and every time. And what happens in this movie, it will stay with you for the rest of your freaking life. Like that. After I got out of the theater, that was what happened in the movie. That was the climax, the motherfucking climax. That the whole that all that shit. That shit just. I was thinking about that in the what happened in the movie overall. Like that was the only thing on my mind for like the next 2 or 3 hours yesterday evening, and um yeah, that scene. What you thought was going to happen in the for the climax, forget what you think is going to happen in the climax because it won't. It didn't. Even if you have a smidge of an idea of what could happen, the scale of it will the scale of your superstitions will be was probably just exponentially increased because holy fucking shit, that ending, my heart was pounding. And what happened? Like I said, there was, near the end of that whole thing, I was really heartbroken, and I had knots in my stomach. But earlier in the movie, I thought it was because of something that I ate that didn't agree with me. No, the movie gave me knots in my stomach, and I about had a fucking heart attack in the film. I was shaking. My hands were visibly shaking, and I was covering my face. And after I read the cast credits at the end, I could barely fucking speak while I was reading the credits to myself, and I could just barely do it. I had my hand covered up like this, and I did everything but cry. I wanted to cry, but I did. Even though I wasn't able to be loud in the theater because it's a movie theater, my reaction was just the same. My reaction was exactly the same. I just executed it in a bit of a different way than what I would have had I watched it outside of a movie theater. Because you can't be loud in a movie theater. You all you can do is almost have a fucking heart attack. But yeah. And this movie is also a prime example as to why I hate fucking cliffhangers. I cannot stand them at all. I fucking hate them. But now we're just gonna have to see what happens. We'll just have to see if and how the events of the climax can be undone. What will happen? How can people come back? How can everybody be saved? But yeah, I'm still trying to process what happened because holy shit, that movie got me fucked up. I am telling you, it really did. But I still love this movie. I give it a 15 out of 10. It's a perfect movie for me. It's a perfect movie for me. No movie has ever made me feel so freaking just no movie on the face of the planet Earth not has given me as much of a freaking emotional roller coaster as that Infinity War did. Because yeah, it was such a wild freaking ride because of that. What a truly epic film. We'll see how this will be topped for Avengers 4 next year. Alright. If you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to stay tuned for more videos like this. I have more videos to record actually. A taste test video, and I just recently got a package in the mail a couple days ago. It's it's of a certain shirt made by a certain YouTuber, which references a certain Nintendo fighting game. The shirt does. Another crossover beyond proportions. Another epic crossover beyond proportions. Yeah. Those videos will be posted tomorrow, and I'm Max Warmer, aka AP3 Jones. Thank you so much for watching until the end. That's it for me, and I will see you soon. Please be careful. If you truly love and care about these characters, you will not want to be spoiled. For the love of God, if you want to be as, stay off. Just literally stay off the fucking internet, and if you don't want to be spoiled, I'm serious. Stay off the internet. Lock your devices up in a goddamn vault in Fort Knox, and just don't talk to anybody. Don't go anywhere. Don't talk to anyone you know until you see this damn movie, because trust me, you will not want to be spoiled. Alright. I gotta let you go. And one more thing I want to show you before I sign off. These little tiny micro pop figures that Kroger's been selling. I have 3 of them so far, but alright, yeah. These are cool. You can stick these to literally any smooth surface. Even I can even stick these on sideways on my desk, or upside down underneath my desk. So yeah, try to get these if you can. Yeah, try to get these if you can at any Kroger or any store. If you live in America, you get them at any Kroger. Or I know Kroger has different names in different parts of the country. It's like Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, but alright, I'm gonna let you go. This video's gone way too long. And yeah, Thanos is one son of a bitch. He, not only is he the best Marvel movie, but he might be the best. Not only is he the best Marvel villain, but he might be the best villain, period, because of what he did. And also, Thanos demands your silence. He can just because he will wipe you out, just like this.